UCF is renowned for their computer science program being one of the best in the state of Florida. And while it is able to provide students a great theoretical background in CS, there have also been many clubs created to help introduce students to new skill sets and show them the real world industry. Some of these clubs, for example, may be SHEP, Night Hacks, Hack UCF, AI at UCF. There are many clubs being made and that have already been made and established within our school. And with so many clubs being created, it becomes harder and harder to keep track of each club's meetings and events, especially if you are a newcomer to any of these clubs. You do not know where to go, you do not know who to address. Overall, it is hard for a new student to get involved with these clubs at school. And with this comes the UCF Master Calendar project. My name is Jose Isiano, and I will be working on the front end of the web and mobile components of the project.
My name's Brian Basso. I'm project manager and working on the back-end development.
Hello, my name is Sarah Alatham. I am working on the front-end portion for this project.
Hello, my name is Artem Ivanov and I'm a part of mobile development team for our application.
I'm Sarah Wilson and I'm going to be working on front end.
We identified the problem in the middle of the fall semester after Night Hacks had a series of workshops on topics like UI and UX design, project management, and becoming a professional. Unfortunately, we received negative feedback from the UCF tech community, and the students complained that there aren't enough events that teach new skills that they want to learn, and there's no easy way to see what's going on. So we questioned, are they thinking that there isn't enough workshops because they just aren't informed on them? Do they not have a place to go? And new clubs at UCF started popping up to solve this problem. So our solution was to make a technology calendar for UCF that's kind of connects all the clubs. So what we have to do is talk to the clubs and make sure that they have a calendar that they're updating, which shouldn't be too hard for them to do if they're not already doing it. And we can get their links, a .ics link, and it can plug into a main calendar, and then we kind of render that calendar on the web app, and we center our entire web app around spreading the news on all the events that's happening at UCF Technology at a given time.
And I will be covering the wireframes for our master calendar. So when you enter the homepage, you will see two main things. You have your upcoming events and your recent news. Both of these will essentially cover what is happening in your area and allows you to know and understand and learn what is going on in the community and see what events are happening. So with each event, you'll have maybe on the sidebar some upcoming events that will include details such as the event name, the time of the event, and how many people are attending, and you'll also have the option to attend yourself. Along with these, you'll have a calendar on the side to kind of help you plan out which event you will be attending. And once you click on the event, it'll bring you to a page that has all the information you need on the event. So it'll have details, the location of where it's happening, and so on and so forth.
For this project, we'll be utilizing the Fern stack, which is the same stack that we used for our last project. This stack includes Firebase, Express, and Node.js for the backend, and React for the front end. Also for the backend, we'll be utilizing Google Cloud Functions as well as Swagger, which will help in our API documentation. One of the major problems that we encountered in our last project was that none of us were really well versed with CSS, and we essentially tried to design the CSS from scratch. That ended up being a total disaster. So for this project, we opted to use Bootstrap, which will hopefully mitigate most of those problems. Like I already said, React will be used for our front end, and we'll also be using Sketch to make our designs as sleek and professional as possible for users. As far as communication is concerned, our primary method of communication is Slack. This is where we post most of our updates. If we have any sort of questions on the fly, this is where we ask them. But we use Discord for our actual voice meetings, essentially for our labs. And GitHub is where we post all of our code, obviously. For the mobile component, React Native is essentially the only difference, and our passwords are hashed using the scrypt algorithm.
The Gantt chart shows some more subdivision of the tasks associated with the backend and the front end of both the web and mobile parts. The chart also shows who plans on contributing what to the project, and we tried to split the work pretty evenly. So for division of labor, we've decided to split into two teams, a web team and a mobile team, with the two Sarahs, Brian and Dustin, on the web team, and Jose and Artie on the mobile team. Splitting into two teams we thought would be a good idea.
Our entity relationship diagram is described as follows. We have it split up into 4 categories: an event, a club, a user, and a comment. So the clubs will own the events, and each event will have comments, and the comments will be from the users. So we have the relationship, the primary keys and the foreign keys, about how they all relate to one another, and the relevant fields and types.
We try to make our use case diagram as obvious as possible. User starts his or her way on the starter page, then there are 2 opportunities, either to go on the login page or register page. As you can see, both events connected with database. The cause is to make sure the information about the user authorized or created in database. Then we're going to the main page. There we see a feature that allows us to search for a specific club or event as implementation. Club of event page implements comment and club attendance. Then we can register an event or review already existed one. Both of those features are connected with the database as well. In the review, we can see comment feature.
Any questions?